So this is walking south on Kings Road. We're walking to a condo that we're going to tour, 848 Kings Road. Kings Road is a nice flat street, and just above here there's a Gelson's up at the top of the street at Santa Monica Blvd. So there's a nice grocery store within walking distance. Over on the left, we have a little park for playing with the kids or just sitting on a bench and reading. It's literally like this almost every single day in West Hollywood. Today is about 75, so it's a little warmer in West Hollywood than it is in Santa Monica near the beach. I would say it's about 5 to 10 degrees warmer in West Hollywood than Santa Monica. So if you had a pool in Santa Monica, for example, you probably really wouldn't want to use it most of the year unless it was heated. In West Hollywood, a pool would be very enjoyable. Lots of remodeling and construction going on, so we see the waste bins. There's a lot of parking problems in LA for sure, and generally on Kings Road, you can find a place to park. So that's really nice. If you want to have friends over, they can pull up and park on the street. I would be okay with buying a condo that didn't have an extra guest parking spot on this street, and I wouldn't on a lot of streets in LA. Not that it doesn't ever get full, it does sometimes. Down at a couple blocks down, there's the Kings Road Cafe, which has, I think, the best cup of coffee around. They actually do it like a espresso shot that they pull for a long time. Just an absolutely phenomenal cup of coffee if you haven't had one. Looks like there's a little leak going on here, or somebody's washing their balcony. I hope somebody's just washing their balcony. There was a really large group of tourists there, and I forgot my mask back in my car. So I went back and got it for our showing here today. We're going to be showing this one, 848 Kings Road. Right across the street from the historic Schindler house. This is an interesting place that's on the historic registry that you can tour. And it is a very interesting example of modernist architecture. I'll see if I can peek the camera in a little bit and just give you a little peek at this super cool little peekaboo. So it's kind of a sort of, different than a Frank Lloyd Wright, but very architectural house. And the gentleman and his family, Mr. Schindler, that built it, lived there, I believe, with another family. So it was kind of an experiment in communal living. Sort of an interesting idea. One thing I remember from when I toured it a couple years ago is the ceilings are very low. So they must have been shorter people. And so the city has deemed that a historic landmark. Here we have a large brace holding up a tree. It's a nice street to take a walk on. The sidewalks are not too bad. And so we're going to go across the street here to the 848 Kings Road. Some newer stuff is being built on the street, like this one next door here that you can see, kind of a modernist thing. And a friend of mine lives across the street. These are larger and more expensive units at the 825 building, but just a really great central place to live. I remember after the last financial problem in 2010, you could get these condos for like $200,000, $300,000, and now they are in the $700,000 and up range. So they've definitely appreciated, and I think that they will continue to do so. It's a great first place to land in Los Angeles. This is actually the street that I first rented an apartment on when I moved to Los Angeles 20 some years ago. I lived south of here, south of Melrose on Kings. Just a really great central first place to start.